What is up, my people? It's your girl Cindy with a Y. Today I'm going to be doing content with a difference. So I've been doing a few vlogs over the past few weeks, and I thought I'll tap into a little bit of self-help, some information that I wish I knew someone had shared with me about post-divorce. So you might have reached the other side. This content is for you, and I'm going to be speaking about things as if I'm speaking to my sister or my best friend. This content is basically about what I experience. It varies from person to person, but I have a few friends that have gone through divorce, and I have mentors as well that have given me advice, and there are similarities in the experiences that we have all experienced. So I'm using this information based on an average of the information that I've received and experienced. Number one is, and this is most probably the harshest reality, is that no one cares. No one cares. When I say that, I mean your mom might care, your friend might care, you might have a few people that are really comfortable to be that person for you, but no one really cares. Everybody has problems that they're going through, but no one really cares about what you are facing. And what I mean about no one cares, when you're going through a divorce and post that, you need to push through to get through paying things that need to be paid. At the end of the month, the people that you need to pay want their money, irrespective of your status now. So they don't want to hear long stories about your situation or about what you're going through. They don't care that you are crying or that you are dealing with difficulty in your life and you're trying to process everything. Bills need to be paid. One of my mentors and previous bosses, I call him boss dad, because he was not just my manager, he was more than that. He always used to tell us that, and he quoted Einstein was saying that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I always thought about that, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But when I thought about it, when I really thought about it, it made total sense, because I needed to change things in my life, and I needed to make a change in order to get a different result. I couldn't stay the same. I couldn't do the same things and expect a different result. I needed to be active in my changes that I was making. So my advice is, no one cares, move on, press forward, appreciate the people that are there in your corner, and also acknowledge them, because they are there, and not everybody is going to be as caring as what they are. Appreciate the people in your life that are there for you, that are supporting you, but just remember that you need to get through what you need to get through, and that is paying your bills, finding healing, being there for your kids if you do have kids, and also making sure that you are not doing the same things that you were doing previously. The second thing that I think is important for you to know is that pain will change you. You won't be the same person that you were prior to your marriage, or I don't know. Some people find themselves and they find that they are like their old selves, but for me, I found that pain changed me, and it became easier. I suppose it's like going to the gym and lifting weights, and you can't out the gate start off with a 60-kilogram weight and be able to lift it. It's impossible. You need to gradually get used to the heavy weight. And I am referring to pain in the same way as weight, because that's how it is. Everything feels like it's completely heavy, and you're trying to push all of that pain, and you're trying to deal with all of that. And definitely the one thing that I learned was that I can't do everything at the same time. I needed to deal with my credit, I needed to deal with my healing, I needed to deal with my kids' wellness, and not in that specific order, but I'm just saying these are some of the things that I've had to deal with. It was at the lowest point that I actually found who I am. And now when I look in the mirror, I know that I'm not the same person that I was before my marriage and during my marriage, and I'm a different person. I've transformed, and I think it's part of the journey. It's really realizing that pain can either harden your heart, and it can make you bitter and miserable and angry, or you can use it to bring hope, to help others. And this is why I have this channel, is because I want to help other people like yourself. If you're watching and you are going through this and you don't know which way to turn, I hope that this helps you, because I didn't have anyone to turn to that was going through a similar situation. It was only until I started talking about my circumstance that people were reaching out to me, and we started then engaging about what's happening. And yeah, I think that's important that you understand, is that pain will change you, but it will end. It will get easier. Not everything is going to stay tough all the time. You will get used to being alone. You will get used to handling things with your kids alone. You will get used to going to the family gatherings on your own. It will become a norm. You have to shed the old way that you saw yourself, or the old way that you were, in order to see yourself in a new way. And that is as a single woman or a single man, and embrace it and enjoy your singlehood, because it doesn't last. I mean, you're not going to be in your single era forever, but while you are here and while you're in that circumstance, embrace it and make the most of it, and enjoy the time that you have to yourself to find yourself again. The next one is that you need to condition your mind into thinking that your future life is possible. The life that you imagined is possible. The life that you dreamed of is possible. And it's going to take work. It's going to take doing things differently, like I said before. And it's going to mean that you need to try daily to put in the work to better yourself, to improve yourself. I listen to motivational speeches every day. I journal, I pray, I do counseling, I read self-help books. And all of these things are important to me because I need that motivation all the time to improve my life. I know that I wasn't happy with my old life, so I need to put in the work to do things differently. I have to work 2 jobs in order to live the lifestyle that my kids deserve and to get by. It's not easy, it's tiring. I don't have the luxury of time that everyone else has, but I manage my time. Robin Banks says, and he's a South African motivational speaker and he's brilliant at what he does. He says that in his book and also in his speeches when he does his talks, that your mind is like a garden. What you plant, the world will water it, will be watered, and it will flourish, right? So if you're planting negativity, if you're thinking about your past all the time, if you're directing all your energy into the old things and into your past, and you're not taking off and you're not forgiving and you're not shedding those old things and moving towards the new way your life can be, or your new life, you're going to be stuck with a garden that is sad and negative and bitter. But if you focus on the things that is good, and if you appreciate things like the people that you have in your life, your support structure, your kids if you have kids, your daily blessings, if you have that gratitude, that way of thinking, you're always going to experience beautiful, amazing things. And I highly encourage you to just condition yourself. And it means that when you catch yourself thinking negative, stop it right there and say, I'm not going to think like that. I'm not going to continue thinking like that. Let me just stop, take a minute, have a couple of breaths, journal if you need to get that negativity out, or If you need to speak to someone, whether it's a friend or whether it's a counselor, do that. Do the things that you need to do in order to improve and to not do the things the way that you did it before. You can have the life that you want. You deserve the life that you want, and it's gonna take time, but you can do it. The next one is a bit of a tough one. Okay, so the reality is that if you do have kids with your ex, they don't disappear after divorce. I said it. You might have thought that after your divorce that you don't have to deal with that person anymore, and depending on your circumstances that you got divorced for, you probably thought this is the end, and like you don't need to worry about seeing them or talking to them or engaging with them in any way. But the reality is you do need to engage with the person because you need to raise your kids together. And that is what we call, or what is known as co-parenting, right? So I learned that no one disappeared off the face of the earth, and I think it's important that you know that there is legal boundaries that have been placed with the divorce settlement, and there's also boundaries that you can now set. So you're not married, and you don't need to relive the same things that you used to when you were married. You have an opportunity to say what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with, and I hope that you have a healthy relationship with your ex, because it's good for the kids. But sometimes it's not always like that. I know of dads who have their kids, they're the primary caregivers, and they have their kids for the full week, and the mom has the kids for the weekend. And then I know women like myself, who have kids for majority of the time, and the kids get to see their dad on specific weekends. And it's not always easy. And then I know another situation or circumstance where the couple splits the duties. So one full week with one parent and the next full week with the next parent, and that way they're splitting costs and they're splitting the load. But it's different for everyone, right? So just understand that that's important, that for your kids' well-being, that you need to engage, unfortunately or fortunately, but that's the reality of the situation. Okay? I said what I said. So in closing, guys, I've given you a few things that you can think about, and I hope that it's gonna help you. But really, guys, I have people that reach out to me after my videos about divorce, and that is what keeps me going. That is what motivates me to do what I'm doing, because I never started this YouTube channel thinking I'm going to be an influencer. I really just hope that if I could reach one person, just one person, I would be making a difference in their lives. And like I tell my friends, people that speak to me, that open up and share, people hit me up on Facebook with questions, people DM me, people WhatsApp me and say, you know, I'm facing a similar situation, you know, your videos are relatable, I appreciate what you're doing, I'm going through a tough time, or I'm going through a similar situation, and I give advice to them based on my experience. I'm not pro-divorce. Please believe me, I'm not pro-divorce. I love happy married couples. I love happy families. But sometimes life deals you cards that you have to play, right? And life is not fair, and bad things happen to good people. And when I went through my different circumstances, sometimes I went to people that didn't have the life experience to give me proper advice. And I really hope that this video helps someone. And if it did, please like or comment on this video. And if you enjoyed it, I hope that you would subscribe. But this is really to help someone out there that's going through a similar circumstance, who didn't know this information. And yeah, I just wish you all of the best, and I hope that I can help someone. Until next time, guys, Cindy with a Y signing out.